I played as a child who watched his whole world shatter as something causes his family to change into something much worse. When I first spawned in the game, I noticed that I was in an ordinary home. Everything looked normal until I interacted with Mom. Despite the cute face she had, there was something wrong hidden in plain sight, and what started it all was this. A can of Bloxy Cola, one of the most popular drinks in the Roblox universe, but for Dad, it was everything. As soon as he ran out, he told his son it is very important for him to get more at the store, that he couldn't last any longer without it, an addiction that will soon turn into chaos. On my way to the store, I noticed how small the place was, surrounded by hills, completely isolated from the rest of society. Posters of Bloxy Cola in and out of the store, showing off how great it is to have some. However, how come there's only one box left? Everything else seems to be in stock, which is odd. When I give cola to Dad, he doesn't thank me. No. Instead, he tells his true love, Bloxy Cola, how much he misses it. Then suddenly takes off in the sky claiming the Bloxy gods are calling him, leaving me behind after telling me to help Granny. What? Not only was he an addict, he was also a shitty dad. When I went to Grandma's house, I thought everything would get better until I saw her face. Not only did she look like she was missing a chromosome, she also looked like she might have been on medication that was not prescribed by a doctor, just mindlessly watching TV while telling me to give the neighbor his package, who may or may not be a predator. And she said to be careful cause he's a strange one, not even caring about the potential danger as I go to his house. Not only did he look like he was smoking some tea leaves, if you know what I mean, but that he wanted me to sit next to him and watch TV. Even though I didn't want to, he dismissed it as me joking and positively threatened me by saying to be careful who I joke around with. Luckily the power went out and Pedo Man was afraid of the dark. So I turned on the generator and he said I should go home to sleep. So I went home and saw my dad staring out his window aimlessly. Obviously something was wrong, but that was none of my business. So I tried sleeping but couldn't. Even my character knew something strange was going on, and it was affecting his mental health. That's when Mom said Dad was missing and she was worried, telling me to see if the shopkeeper saw him, which he did and directed us to Granny's, who then directed us to the neighbor. Pedo said that he kicked Dad out because he was talking nonsense and thought he had too much cola to drink. So we headed back out and saw him staring at the wall, turning around violently before disappearing in less than a second, reappearing in the middle of the woods with a sinister smile across his face, just to disappear again when I got close. Eternity awaits, they whisper in silence, the hollows scream. That's what the text says right before multiple people appear for a second. Then the text comes again saying, echoes long forgotten, the time draws closer, where a ball of light is seen, revealing itself to be Dad, who claims he doesn't remember anything, as if he was blacked out drunk, and told me to go back home, where Mother is excited to hear that I found him and admitted to Dad being a coalaholic, before prompting me to go to sleep. Yet again, I couldn't. When I woke up, something was different. Mom was gone even though she was always there every day, and Dad looked very depressed. Was he worried about Mom missing? No, he needed more fucking Bloxy. So we went to the store and like I said earlier, the box was the last one. Okay, mister, I'm on to you. Anyways, he said there might be some in the trash, but to watch out for creepy Larry, who warned us about a demon who lives in trash while wearing trash himself. So obviously, it's easy to not take him seriously, and I dug in the trash anyways. That was a mistake. A message appeared saying, if he appears, don't move. That's the demon alright, and it doesn't look friendly. As I walked in this strange dimension, I've noticed signs and objects that would be in other neighborhoods. Whatever this creature is, we're not the only town it knew. Once I got into Bloxy Cola, messages returned saying, they are almost here. The wall is shattering. Day 3, Dad wasn't home either, and Mother was behind the house, banging her head on the wall over and over again, before attacking us and pulling a Houdini. Did the kid run away after seeing that? No. Instead, the boy thought he just needed to sleep. This time, Dad was back, but with a cola can as a head instead. speaking like he was in a cult, feeling sorry for us non-Bloxies, failing to acknowledge me as his son. And the store owner was for some reason normal. He said something strange is happening and blamed it on climate change. I had a feeling he knew something. Anyways, Larry was still in the back talking about demons. It seemed like it was just Dad who was different, until I went to the neighbor's house who was sitting with a scary creature, who he claims is a cat, and enjoys his company. But Grandma should be okay, right? No, she's a damn spider, and the boy said, I really need to sleep. What? What I needed was to get the fuck out of there, but couldn't and went to sleep. Next day was just black and white. There was no one to be seen anywhere. Eternal unrest, shattered and forgotten. The end and the beginning awaits. The limbo lingers nearer. Whispers fade. They have appeared. That's what was shown before I teleported to a field of flowers, which was watched over by a giant statue with a big slung. Then I was in the forest, where the black demons surrounded us. A man sitting at the grave says, the spirits still cling onto this world. Sometimes I have to remind myself they're not here anymore. Only the hollow shell of what was remains. Then I risen the souls from the graves and realized they were kids from other places. Then I saw a wizard that said, everyone eventually loses themselves in the end. If you want to leave a fragment of yourself behind, go to the grave next to me. Soon that's all that will remain anyways. But I didn't and ended up next to my town. So I walked up it and went home to find my parents in their normal spots, but they were the black creatures now. With no other choice, I went to bed and never woke up again. Just based off this ending, it seems like the demons trap people by giving them what they want. I don't know why the store owner and Hobo weren't changed, but there's one thing I know for certain. They like to save kids for last.